Good evening. Welcome to Music Minute at Epiphany Lutheran Church in Richmond, Virginia. I'm Kevin Barger, the Director of Music Ministries here. This is our opportunity to take a look at our hymns that we'll be singing tomorrow, and we're going to go in a little bit of a reverse order today. So we'll be singing as our sending hymn tomorrow, Spread, O Spread Almighty Word. And this is a German hymn. It goes well with our Lutheran background. And its author was known to support missions. He was also supporting educators, and he supported the distribution of the Bible. The author wanted the words initially to be sung to a different tune, actually Savior of the Nations Come, if you're familiar with that, from Advent. That was what he was hoping for, but this tune was a little more stately, and it works well, and you can still consider in the words the Advent motifs that will appear throughout there. So it's a pretty short one, and we're going to go ahead and give you a couple of variations of Spread, O Spread, Almighty Word. So you can hear that stately German chorale kind of sound. Next, we'll move to our hymn of the day, which is How Clear Is Our Vocation, Lord. And this was originally, Fred Pratt Green asked for a new text to this tune, the actual tune, and that request included being a hymn of vocation, and it was for University Methodist Church in Austin, Texas. The tune comes to us actually from an oratorio, a more modern oratorio named Judith. And the hymn relies on accompaniment a lot for congregations to be successful with it. And you might think, oh, if you're looking at your hymnal, it's 580. We only give you the melody notes. So what's he talking about with all the harmony? There are important underlying harmonies that are in that accompaniment which really drive forward. And without that, the congregation or the assembled folks would really struggle with making this hymn go somewhere. So this one has the underlying accompaniment is very important. So we are going to go ahead. This is a sort of ethereal version of He Comes, How Clear Is Our Vocation, Lord, and I think you'll enjoy it. very nice reflective treatment of that. And then tomorrow, again, we're going in reverse order, so our gathering hymn tomorrow is one I think most people know and are familiar with, Come Thou Fount of Every Blessing. And this is a hymn of pilgrimage and journey. And the author, Robert Robinson, was from Norfolk, England. And at age 14, interestingly enough, they were struggling for money, and although he wanted his mother wanted him to be a priest, and they didn't have money, so he was apprenticed to a barber and a hairdresser in England. And later he was intrigued by some spiritual searching, and he entered under the Calvinistic Methodists. He soon after that organized an independent congregation from that, and he was called to that congregation, and he agreed to accept that call only if the congregation would practice open communion. So an interesting fact there. The tune focuses on tempo, agility, and the accents. So this can become a kind of plodding tune if you don't go moving along a little bit. We all know I don't like to go slow on much of anything. So anyway, we'll try not to go too fast in this, but this is a fun little, Nettleton is the tune, Come Thou Fount of Every Blessing. So a little bit different than the singing version, but that's a fun way to look at the hymn. So thank you again for joining us this evening. If you've not noticed, we have made a transition on Music Minute. We will be doing them, we will continue this ministry. This is sort of a positive thing that's come out of COVID due to the many, many positive comments and appreciation for this. We will continue, but it is moving to a pre-recorded episode, if you will. So it will still premiere on Facebook and YouTube on Saturday evenings at 7 p.m., but it will have been pre-recorded earlier in the week. Thanks again for joining, and we'll see you in worship tomorrow or here again next week. Take care.